Welcome back. So transferring files from CATIA to Blender. Why WRL is a better file format than STL? So I received the following comment. What if we have a newer version of Blender? Is there another way to directly import from CATIA? Unfortunately, there isn't. This is the main problem. And also, this is a problem both for Blender and both within CATIA. For Blender, there is a problem that there isn't a direct CAD importer, like there is, for example, within 3ds Max. Since 3ds Max has been developed by Autodesk and they are closely tied to the CAD industry, they have created a converter that is built in. Within Blender, since this is open source and there are no direct ties to the CAD industry, to manufacturing and so on, there isn't a plugin available for this for free. There are some available with an additional fee directly on Blender Market. Now, the problem with CATIA is that it is using older file formats since the software is quite old. For example, within SolidWorks, we now have the possibility to save as a GLB file, which is a newer, improved file format. But SolidWorks also doesn't have the possibility to save that. So not to save, to import. So we can save this as a GLB file. So if I will go over here within file save, we have the WRL, which was presented within this video. And we're going to see all the other file formats available over here. And we're going to see that these are the new file formats. They have been added to SolidWorks in 2024. So we have the glTF and the binary extended reality file format GLB. But at the same time, if I will use, for example, a generative AI tool to create a 3D model, the most common file format will be GLB. And at the same time, SolidWorks cannot open those files. So this is one of those problems with this file format. For example, let me just search for one over here. So I'll put it on my second desktop and I have a GLB file over here. Okay, so this will be the GLB file. We see this front repo and I will drag and drop this within SolidWorks. And we're going to see that in this case, it added it over here as an external file within the same assembly. So I need to drag and drop that directly over here. So let me just reopen that. And we see that nothing happens. But I have the possibility to save as a file format like that. But at the same time, if I will do the same within Blender, we're going to see that that conversion will start over here. And I can have that imported. And in this case, this will be one of the statues over here. Also, GLB has textures. In this case, this was created without texture with the generative AI tool. But again, this is the main problem, both for CATIA V5 and both for Blender. For Blender, the problem is, since this is an open source solution, it's not mainly intended for CAD, but we can work with CAD quite well. And this is why WRL still is a great format if you want to transfer from CATIA V5. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm going to position a similar video on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.